Hello, my name's Chris, and 5 years ago, I realised that I didn't want to work a normal 9 to 5 job anymore. In 2020, this is where I first found out about trading forex and trading the markets. Ever since that day, I've been cooked. You see, I've lost money and I've made money, and I think I've probably made maybe slightly more than what I've lost, or I'm definitely at a break-even stage. Um, I have made money in the market, so I'll put a couple of screenshots here from last year, so I know it is possible. I'm not sure if passing the evaluations last year were just flukes, which I'm guessing they are. I'm guessing they were, because I haven't made any money since and I blew all those evals. I also quit my job twice to trade full time in the last 5 years when I wasn't even profitable. Sorry mum, probably put her through a bit of stress. I literally thought I was going to be a millionaire. I remember the first sort of day I was at work. I was working in Cardiff in the UK, and I come across trading on my lunch break, and I started looking into it. And then the next day I downloaded, I got a demo account. I think I had like a million or a 5 million demo account, and I didn't even know what I was doing. I was just playing with numbers, and on my screen I was making like 100 grand, 200 grand, or like £50,000 like that. And I thought, this is it, I've cracked the code. I didn't even know what I'm doing, but I've cracked it. So then I'm looking at Lamborghinis and mansions on Auto Trader and Rightmove. I literally thought I'm going to make it in the next 6 months. Well, 5 years on, and I'm still not any better off than what I was 5 years ago. So I have been in and out of the trading game ever since. I haven't traded since last year now. I'll put a couple more screenshots in to just show sort of how my trading was going. Bear in mind I had no actual past evaluations. I was still trying to pass evals again, as obviously after I'd blown all my last ones. And I was in Australia, so I'll put that in now, just how shocking it was. But before we carry on with all that, let's just do a quick backstory a minute. So in 2023, I decided to pack my bags and go traveling around Asia. Now at the time, again, I genuinely thought I was just going to be trading and making loads of money, when I hadn't even made a single penny before I even went traveling. I made the payouts I had was after traveling, which was before I come to Australia. So traveling Asia, I met my Mrs. Phoebe, and we ended up traveling around Asia for 6 months. And then that is where I really thought I was going to get into content creating. I literally bought like the latest GoPro, the latest drone. I really wanted to set up like a travel Instagram and a travel TikTok, but I didn't really have the balls as such. I guess I was too scared or worried about what people might say. So I did end up getting like tons of content from Asia, but I just sat on it. I didn't really do anything with it, to be honest, which is a shame. So then we ended up going home. I think it was June or July 2023, and we went out November 2022. So then we both went home back to the UK. We went long distance, as she lived in Salisbury, I lived in Bristol, and we then worked for a bit to save up to come to Australia. So we then come to Australia. We then travelled for a little bit, done like Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, the Gold Coast, and then we settled in the Sunshine Coast, where we then worked for 6 months. We've bought a van, we renovated the van, and now we're doing a full lap of Australia. So I'm not sure what's changed since I went to Asia. I don't know whether it's with my age and I've gotten older or I just don't really care anymore. But I thought to myself, this year I'm literally just going to do the things I want to do in life without fear of what people might say or might think, because at the end of the day, you've only got one life, so you may as well live it however the fuck you want to live it. So I've set up a TikTok travel page, an Instagram travel page, and obviously this YouTube. Now all of my socials have extremely small numbers. I'll put a screenshot in of a more. I think TikTok has 200 followers on TikTok, 61 on Instagram, and YouTube I think I've got 7. So like extremely low. So I feel like I've always struggled to be consistent in things. Like I've always said I was going to run every other day for like the last couple of years, and like Phoebe literally has to drag me for a run. Like I'm not very good at keeping up with things. The same with like trading. I always hop from strategy to strategy. I think that's probably why 5 years down the line I'm still nowhere really with it. Do you know what I mean? If you asked me 5 years ago in 2020 where I thought I'd be now, it would probably be like, obviously I'm loving what we're doing. I'm not saying that. I just think I would have thought to myself I'd be definitely remote by now. Like I hate the fact that I'm going to have to at some point go work for someone just to make money to go on the road again, you know? Like my dream is to make money on the road and just for us to keep traveling for as long as we possibly can. That is the main goal for me. So my absolute dream is to be like obviously trading and doing travel content and mixing it all together. Do you know what I mean? Like making it as one. Again, I really am gonna stick to one strategy with trading, and again about being consistent. That's why I've set myself just a few New Year's resolutions for this year, which hopefully, if I stick to it, maybe in a year's time or even a few years' time, like I've already been waiting sort of the last 5 years to get anywhere, and I haven't. So what's another 5 years? Obviously, I would like it not to take another 5 years. I'd like to do it in like a year, really, if possible. But we shall see. So the reason I've made this video is pretty much just for myself. So I want to come back to this video in a year's time. I want to see if anything has changed. Is anything different? How much have I made like a bigger following? Are my videos better than what they're going to be posted like now? Is my editing getting better? Is my trading going to be better? Do you know what I mean? All these things that sort of, I feel like when you're people that are like up and coming, I think they tend to forget like the start of where they first started, and that's why I've made this video personally, so I can come back to it and be like, wow, yes, my video editing is a lot better than what it was a year ago. I've now got X amount subscribers on YouTube, X amount on Instagram, X amount on TikTok. Like I'm getting, I don't know, like the old brand deal. I don't know. That's why I've made this, so I can see the difference in exactly 1 year's time. So the New Year's resolutions that I've set for myself are as posting every single day, bar maybe like a weekend, because I feel like posting on a weekend sometimes it doesn't really reach that far. Most people are busy and not really on social media, so I might just keep it to Monday to Friday posting. Definite one Instagram post every single day, one Instagram reel every single day, 1 to 2 YouTube videos per week. That one is going to be quite tough because sometimes one video can take me like 10 hours plus, and we're pretty busy. We're always doing something every single day. We're on the move. Like we're getting up early and we're finishing late, especially if we're out doing a hike or anything like that. But I am going to make sure that I set time aside to get these videos pushed out. Another one is I'm definitely going to be backtesting a forex strategy and sticking to it. Once I've got the data, I'm looking for like 1 to 2 years worth of data. I know people say you should have 5 to 10 years, but realistically I just don't have the time to sit down unless I sat down for like the next 6 months to a year and just back tested when I could. But I really want to try to get stuck back into it. I feel like it's definitely a mental battle. I do feel like most strategies do work, but it depends on the person implementing them. So yeah, my plan is I'm just looking for something simple. I don't want nothing like too hectic. You see like some of these people trading like a turtle soup, and I don't even know. Some of it's crazy, man, to me. I just want to get on the charts. I just want to get onto the charts between like say London session 8 till 12 o'clock, and then if my setup doesn't come between those hours, I'm off the charts, because I spent over the last 5 years countless hours just staring at the charts all day. Like especially when I quit my job, I would wake up at 8 and then I'd still be on the charts all the way until like 10, 11 o'clock Tokyo. And I remember sometimes I'd have to be up for work at 6, and I'd be up at 4 a.m. like checking my trades, or should I put one on? Like I've blown multiple accounts, like probably well over 10-20 accounts over the years, but I've never really bought that big of an eval account. Like they're always like little $1,000 eval accounts. I've blown 200k evals, and then one of them I had like I think it was like a $4,000 payout. I put it out at the start. I can't remember off the top of my head now. But yeah, so that is my story so far. I mean, I guess I'm excited to see in a year's time, like if anything's changed. Obviously, if you want to follow the journey, then please like and subscribe. Also, feel free to follow my other accounts, my Instagram and TikTok account. Really boost those low numbers up. That'd be fantastic. And yeah, I'm excited to see what may come. And I'll definitely be putting out a lot of travel content and getting right back into the trading content as well, especially out the van. Like I'm looking forward to doing like a van trading content. The only thing that is difficult is London opens at 5 p.m. here in Australia, and it's like slap bang in the middle of like, we're usually out somewhere, so but I'll try my best to squeeze it in when I can. And I'll definitely do a back testing video on TradeZella of my strategy and the data to prove it when I get a chance to actually do that, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, thanks for watching and stay tuned.